to get started on my trip, because as soon as I did that video, I received my load. So yeah, I received my load and now I am docked. So reasons why I personally like working for Prime. Number one, I love being a lease operator. Being a lease operator, you can accept or reject your loads. It's no forced dispatch. You get so many times before they're like, all right, you're going to take this load. But generally, if you have a really decent fleet manager, they're going to give you what you're looking for. That's the other big thing. Number two, why I like working for Prime. I love my fleet manager and the one that I had prior. Everybody can't say that. So that's I'm going to say that's one of the biggest things that people gripe about is their fleet manager, because they're the ones who determine what your loads are looking like and what your paychecks are looking like. So when I talk to the girls, I'm like, you got to be proactive about your business, your LLC, as a lease owner or a lease operator, either or, whether you're leasing to own or just leasing. The fleet manager is your business partner, and they're helping you to get the revenue that you're looking for. Okay, they're getting paid off of your loads as well, but you have to be willing to do these loads. Prime has 3 terminals. Their terminals are really nice. Their trucks are wonderfully maintained. You're not going to be found on the side of the road, and if something does break down, they're really quick. They are really quick about making sure you get roadside assistance. As I may have mentioned this in some of my prior videos, but as a daddy's girl, growing up as a daddy's girl, I was spoiled. My father, he did everything for me, but he got me a really nice car for my first car. He taught me growing up that you keep your cars maintained, and if you don't want any problems, then get a car note. But I've also learned how to research into, how to make sure my vehicles don't break down, so you have to get the right ones. I've had Nissans, Hondas, and Toyotas that sorry, I'm being loaded, that never broke down on me for as long as I've had them. And I paid, those were cash cars that I paid for. They never broke down on me, and I even gifted them to others and just wrote them off on my taxes. So Prime, that's huge, because if you want to own your own truck and you only have so much money to either put down on a truck or purchase a truck, you're going to get what you pay for. And then you have all those owner operators who talk about, oh, you gotta have enough money set to the side because that truck is gonna need, more than just maintenance. Well, hopefully not, but if it does, and if you paid for something that's gonna need more than just maintenance, then that's what's going to happen. With Prime, you don't have those problems. So, I like that there's a reliability there. I know I'm not gonna be like stranded somewhere, hoping and wishing that someone shows up to help me and that I can afford the costs. So, if something comes up where you do have to put a little money in the truck, at least you can keep working. Whereas if you are an owner operator, you're broke down, you're out of luck. With Prime, they'll just take payments out of your check. With regard to payments out of your check, that's something that has to be arranged with your fleet manager. Don't expect that they're just going to make payment arrangements for you. You have to ask ahead of time to make sure that that's set up. Please do not make that mistake. I can't stress enough to have a really good rapport with your fleet manager. That's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest thing anywhere with any trucking company. But Prime, yeah. As a first-time truck driver coming fresh off the, press, straight out of trucking school, I did good coming to Prime. I make good money. Oh, here's the other thing. What I love about their lease here at Prime, when you lease with them, after your lease ends, number one, you get an incentive that they pay you if you finish the lease. And as long as nothing needs to come out of that money to, make sure the truck is ready for reuse, then you get that money back. But you get up to 59 days that you can take off and still be an employee, as long as you make it back and are loaded by the 59th day. So come a little earlier than that. Come about the 55th day or something like that. Make sure that you get a load so that there's no discrepancies, especially, there's no load, you have to wait till tomorrow, and then, it can lead into you being pushed to that 60th day. And if so, then you lose all of your time with the company and you have to start over as a new employee, go through orientation again, and all of that. There's so many different things about Prime that I can say, and there are a lot of pros and cons with any trucking company. Please, it's funny getting loaded. Please be very careful. Be very careful about the things that you listen to about your job, or the loads, or the pay, all that stuff, because you design your own reality. I can't stress that enough. It's not what somebody else is saying, unless you allow that to design your reality.